Guys, all the cars that you see in these videos are for sale on my website, www.woodsandbarclay.com. Enjoy the video. Hey everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 in the video series for the 1984 300 TD in Orient Red. Guys, this wagon has 85,000 miles on it. It is only the second wagon I've ever seen with under 100,000 miles. These are extremely rare and extremely difficult to find. Today's video is going to be the initial inspection. We're going to get it up on the lift. I'm going to go through the undercarriage. I'm going to find anything that I need to fix or do on the vehicle. We're going to look at the interior, the suspension, the air conditioner. We're going to go through everything. And this initial inspection is where I make my list of what I want to do to the car before it leaves my shop. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, before we get it up in the air and go through the suspension, I just want to do a quick walk around to see if there's anything I want to do on the body or trim pieces of the car. First thing I notice, those are original bunt wheels, and these have not been refinished. That is the original bunt in amazing condition. Let me look at the one over here. Yeah, guys, that is nearly impossible to find cars with original bunt wheels in this condition. That's remarkable. Let's go around the car. Bosch headlight bezel over here. That looks good. That's original. I do see there's a little dent in the grill here, in this little trim piece right here. So the good thing is Mercedes still sells these little aluminum strips. So I want to replace some of these aluminum strips. I'll probably just do all of them so they all match. Yeah, there's a little ding right there. See a little indentation. But that's an original Mercedes grill. So good thing we can still get the strips from Mercedes. I want to do that. Other than that, that looks excellent. Looking at this Bosch headlight bezel, and guys, this is probably not that big a deal, but I'm so picky about trying to make these cars perfect. It looks like we have a little crack right there. See that little crack forming? And there's a couple right there. So I do have original old stock headlight bezels. I just keep them stored right there. So I want to go ahead and replace this one with a one that's crack free. Front bumper, all of this is great. The chrome is great. Now keep in mind, I haven't detailed the vehicle. It'll of course go to Scott. You know, it's kind of dusty right now. Let's go ahead and walk around the back side. I'm just checking out all this trim, and it's in remarkable condition. Nothing needs to be replaced. Even the trim down here that is close to the road, that's pretty incredible condition. I can even see these the window felts, these little rubber strips that run along the windows. There's not any rips or tears or anything. Sometimes I have to replace those because they're cracked, but those are flawless. The anodized aluminum trim, it's not cloudy either. It's that would be how they looked from the factory, original condition. So that's excellent. Don't have to replace any of that. Again, original bunt back here. That's incredible condition. That is not a repaint, guys. That is an original bunt. You can tell when they've been repainted. They never quite look like this. Yep, new tires. Yeah, these tires are, where's the date code? Yeah, I think those are like a year old. Let's go around here, let's check it out. It's still got the sticker in here. Oh, it even still has the little grommets in there. Check that out. All right, back here on the tail lights. These are hard to get for wagons, but there's no cracking or anything in these, so that's excellent. No cracking in the reverse lights. Rear bumper, excellent condition. So really all I see is that Bosch headlight bezel. I want to replace that and the little strips on the front grille. I'm not seeing anything else. Oh, the original antenna. Oh yeah, a little antenna bezel is a little loose. So I need to go up there and retighten that. But that's still the original Hirschman. Yeah, and that chrome is excellent condition. Yeah, I need to take that off and retighten that. What else we got? Oh my God, look at this bunt. Just amazing. Yeah, there's like a little mark right there where they used to put the wheel weights on the outside, and actually this one has a wheel weight on the outside. That's a immaculate condition original bunt. Yeah, there's really not much I need to do on this exterior. I'm just over here on the driver's side looking at these felts, the window brushes. Yeah, those are flawless. No cracking. Yeah, those are flawless. So is the trim on this side of the vehicle. I don't see any dents, dings. Nothing on there. Also like to look up front here. These are common rust areas on the 123 chassis. See this seam right here? That's a place to look because that usually rust always appears there first, and I do not see any here. And no rust or anything along the seams. No rust in the jack points. Yeah, looks fantastic. Yeah, look how good the jack points are. This is just a very, very well cared for and serviced wagon, you guys. Yeah, look at that jack point. Completely rust free. Even the trim strips under the vehicle look good. Check this jack point here. Yeah, fantastic condition. That's not rusted or rotted out. No rust or rot around the wheel wells. Yeah, there's some mud where they went through some mud and flung it up there. Like I said, guys, I haven't detailed anything on this vehicle. This is just the initial inspection. Yeah, just some dirt up there, but no rusting at all. Let's check this one. Okay, let's go ahead and look underneath the vehicle. And guys, I have not done dry ice blasting or pressure washing. You are going to see an honest, original car. And what I'm about to show you is what they look like underneath. Okay, first thing I notice, wow, all of the front suspension has been rebuilt on this vehicle. Hang on, let me go check this out. Wow, there is new front calipers, new brake hoses, new tie rods, new ball joint, new center link, new steering shock. Wow, they even replaced the idler arm bushing. I don't know how necessary that was with only 85,000 miles on it. Wow, they kind of went a little overboard there. Oh, those are, looks like some new Bilstein shocks. But that was installed a little while ago because it has the old Bilstein sticker. Yeah, there's new caliper, new brake hose, new ball joint. Wow, this has all been done under here. I don't know if those have been replaced or not. The lower control arm bushings, they look fantastic. Hang on, let me look at this one. Yeah, those may be original, but they're in outstanding condition. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, look at this. They even installed, that's a new brake control rod. I'm sorry. That's a new control rod bushing. Yeah, that's brand new. What I do see here, that's not the original compressor, AC compressor, but that is an old AC compressor. So I want to go ahead and remove this AC compressor and install a new. Let me look at the dryer. Yeah, that's the original old AC dryer. See, there's dirt and mud on it from driving the car. And you see there's little mud. This car has been driven. You know, I'm not covering anything up by dry ice blasting or pressure washing. This is what original cars look like. Let's, yeah, no excessive leaking from the oil pan. Let's check the transmission pan here. Transmission pan looks good. Let me check these engine mounts up here. Yeah, the engine mount is fine. Yeah, it's not flattened out or ripped or torn. Oh, check this out. You can still see some of the zinc plating on the transmission cooler line. Also, this is important, guys. This is the oil filter housing. Look how dry it is up here. There is not a single drop of oil. Wow, I never see this. Somebody actually went to the extent to change the oil cooler lines. Wow, check that out. Those are brand new oil cooler lines. Guys, the service history on this vehicle is pretty remarkable. I literally never see that. No one ever does that, because sometimes I have to do that. But those are brand new oil cooler lines. That's pretty awesome. Okay, guys, I finally did find something I want to change. See right here, this is the original flexible hose that attaches to the transmission hard lines, the cooler lines, and lets the transmission fluid flow into the radiator. I want to replace that, not because it's leaking, but because it's original. And when those break, it just dumps your transmission fluid out. And yeah, I want to replace this one right here too. They make an upgraded version that's wrapped in a metal coil and is a little more protective. And of course, I'm going to pressure wash under here, some of this dirt and mud off of here. But yeah, I'm going to replace these right here. All right, I just want to do a quick look at the flex disc up here. Yeah, that flex disc is outstanding condition. No reason to change that. And also the transmission mount, outstanding condition. No reason to change that. That little cracking you see right there, that's paint. They painted those from the factory, and the paint peels off over the years, you know, and it gets flaky like that. But the rubber on this is excellent condition. Let's go ahead and look at the rear one. Yeah, there's no cracking, no tearing, nothing wrong with that rear flex disc, so I don't need to change that. And we're just looking at the transmission. Let me get my light. Transmission center support bearing. The boot or the flexible rubber around it is excellent condition. No cracking, no tearing. Yeah, that is super stiff. No reason to change that. Guys, it's hard to find anything I need to do under here. Okay, I'm looking up here in the transmission now, and you can see there's the linkage back there, and you can see it has a brand new shifter bushing. So I don't need to change the shifter bushings. And same goes for that one. There is a brand new shifter bushing. So guys, what you are looking at is this is how to properly, this is a properly serviced wagon. So this is what they look like when they're fully serviced. Okay guys, starting back here on the rear, first thing I see, these are the original calipers. These things are getting, these are kind of crusty. So I want to go ahead and change those rear calipers. I can see that there are some new sway bar end links. Those have already been replaced back here. And look at the condition of these boots. That rubber is just fantastic condition. Yeah, look at the condition of that rubber. I don't know, that may have been rebooted. That rubber is excellent. Right here, this is the self-leveling valve. First thing I notice is how clean it is. And I also see that this line has been replaced and a new leveling valve arm has been installed. This is the arm that attaches to the rear sway bar and comes down to the leveling valve. And that is a brand new, genuine Mercedes part. Let's see, if I look up here, yeah, I see these accumulators have been replaced. Otherwise, they would have matched kind of the dirtiness on the bottom of the car. You can see how clean those are. Let me look over here at these boots. Yeah, that rubber is fantastic condition. And yeah, there we go. There's that new line I can see that was installed for the rear SLS, the self-leveling system. And that is, in fact, a new accumulator back here. And I can also see that's a new sway bar end link. Yeah, I do want to replace these rear calipers. That's the old original caliper. But other than that, looks fantastic back here. Yeah, check this out. They've even, the previous owners even serviced the rear fuel lines, and those are new rubber fuel lines. Like, they literally did not skip a beat on this car. The exhaust system is excellent condition. The muffler, yeah, that muffler is excellent condition. Of course, just normal dirt and grime underneath here. But this looks great. I see the exhaust hangers have been replaced with the upgraded version. These are a little stronger than the original versions. So yeah, that looks fantastic. So what I want to do, I want to test this SLS system. And to do that, we just need to remove this 10mm nut here, detach this arm, and I'm going to lower the car down onto, these are ramps that put it about a foot off the ground. And we can manually actuate this to ensure that all the SLS system is working correctly. So let's go ahead, lower this down, and take care of that. All right, guys, so there's only two things that I found that I want to do under the car. I want to do those front flexible AC transmission cooler lines. Also want to do the AC system. Actually, there's three things. And I want to replace the rear brake calipers. So that's really all I want to do under the car. We can knock that out relatively quickly. But right now, what I want to do is lower the car down, and I want to test the SLS system to see if any work needs to be done there. Okay, so I'm going to lower the vehicle onto some ramps. So they're not ramps, they're called race ramps, but I don't know, they're like a foot tall. See, here's the rear. Thomas, you're going to have to move in a second. Watch out, buddy. Okay, you can see the car is now sitting like it's at ride height as if it were on the ground, and our ramp is no longer touching, our lift is no longer touching the vehicle. So immediately we can see it is exactly at the correct ride height. There's no sagging. All right, guys, so it's very easy to test the SLS. We're just going to remove this 10mm nut right here on the arm that attaches the leveling valve to the sway bar. We're going to remove this nut and washer. There we go. We'll pop that off of there. All right, there we go. Now we can lower the car and we can manually actuate this lever 45 degrees down or 45 degrees up. You don't want to go more than that or you can damage your seals in here. So let's go ahead and test this SLS. All right, guys, you can see there's our SLS valve there. And I have a tape measure, just runs up and touches the bottom of the muffler. Here, we'll go look from over here. Now, when I actuate that SLS, we should see the muffler raise up off the tape measure, and then we should see it lower back down. It's a very simple test to see if it's working correctly. And we need to start the car to perform this test. All right, guys, you can see there's the tape measure. Here's our leveling valve. Now I'm going to move this 45 degrees up. There we go. Now it's very slow, but you can see there. That's how fast they operate. See it raising off the tape measure? There we go. Guys, that SLS is working perfect. And we're going up to like full height, so I'm going to stop it. There we go. And raise it back down. There we go. See, I put the arm down there. Now I'll put the arm back up. And you can see it is correctly raising and lowering. So that's fantastic. This SLS system is in outstanding condition. Here you go, I'll show you when I lower it here. Watch the tape measure. We'll bring it down. And right back to our original ride height. All right, guys, so I'm just going to now reconnect the already adjusted arm, because this arm, so you can make adjustments here in the middle of the arm, but it's already adjusted correctly because we were at the right ride height. So let's put that back through there. And then I'll get my wrench and tighten this back up, and we're done testing the SLS system. All right, so that's fantastic. We have a perfectly healthy working SLS system, so I don't need to like rebuild the valve or the pump or any of that. The last thing I want to do on this inspection is go to the interior of the vehicle and see if there's anything I need to do in there. All right, let's take a look in here. So I already see this wood trim piece has become disconnected. Yep, that's very common. The wood's in good condition. I can reattach that. Let's look down here. Some wear on this button right here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these switches, and I want to replace this button so we have a nice logo where there's no wear on it. Yeah, the wood trim. I mean, that's all the original stuff, guys. Looks extremely nice. I do see, yeah, there's some cracking that has started right there. And then it looks like, yeah, that's faded compared to this piece. So guys, I want to go ahead and on an 85,000 mile wagon, I don't want that little crack right there. So I'm going to remove all this wood and I'm going to send it to Madeira Concepts and have it refinished so it will look brand new like it did from the factory. We do just have a little aging. There's a little crack right there too. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. See that little crack? So guys, we're going to make that wood perfect. I'm going to go ahead and remove it, send it off to Madeira Concepts. As far as the dash is flawless condition. The seats are also outstanding condition. Yeah, the padding is good in the seats. Now the car does have these nice cocoa mats in here. Yeah, the original mats are no staining, they're flawless. Those little dots are just from the back of the cocoa mat, but I'm definitely going to leave these cocoa mats in here because that has protected that original carpet, and that's why it's in such good condition. Just looking at some random interior parts that usually I have to at least replace, but like the B-pillar piping here, that is remarkable. It has not even faded. It still matches the windlace. Because sometimes I have to replace this B-pillar piping. Let's check it on the back door. And I'll also look on the other side. Yeah, I don't need to replace that. That's clearly this was not left outside in UV. Wow, it even still has the little elastic straps back here. That's awesome. See the little elastic retainers? That's so when you pull the seat forward, it holds these in place so they don't fall down. So when you put the seat back down, they don't get caught under there. The seat back nets, they're not all stretched out and sagging. That's good. Oh, check it out. This car even still has the original, this is like the vinyl molding that goes around the windows, and that wrinkling, I mean, that's just about on every single one I've ever seen. However, check this out. There is no wrinkling on this one. Let me go check on the other side of the car. Yeah, over here on the passenger side, this one does not have any wrinkling. We had a couple of wrinkles on the driver's side. Let's see. Yeah, this one does not have any wrinkling. Guys, that is extremely rare to not have any wrinkling. I'm checking out the B-pillar piping here. Yeah, that doesn't need to be replaced. Gosh, even the little tabs for the doors are still intact, so the doors shut well. That's awesome. Okay, so I have my list of items that I want to do on this wagon. I want to redo the entire AC system. I'm going to remove the wood, send it to Madeira Concepts. Let me get over my lift here. Send it to Madeira Concepts so they can refinish it. I want that to look perfect. And then up here on front of the car, I want to replace this headlight bezel because this little crack right there. And I want to replace these trim strips right here. And then, of course, I want Scott to professionally buff, polish, detail, and oh, it even has the roof racks still up there. Let's take a look at those. Yeah, check that out. And all the strips are fully intact. Yeah, that's awesome. There's not much I need to do here, but this is an 85,000 mile wagon, guys. I want to make it perfect. Let's go ahead and take a look in the engine compartment, see what I need to do here. Now, guys, keep in mind, I have not degreased or cleaned or done anything to this engine compartment. This is 100% original. And I can see that it does have the cadmium plating still intact. So I'm debating on, do I replate that? I'm sorry, not cadmium plating. I always say that. It's actually zinc dichromate. So do I re-zinc plate that and make it look all, brand new? Or do I keep it 100% original for, because it's only original once. And we can see the cadmium is still here on the parts. So I'm going to think about that. Let me know in the comments what you want me to do there. I'm not sure on that. I do see the brand new upper oil cooler hose. That's awesome. That's been replaced. I see new injector return lines, diesel injector return lines. Those have been replaced. I see a replaced low pressure SLS hydraulic fluid return hose, and that's a Mercedes part. That's been replaced. All the original insulation is still intact on the AC manifold and right here on the breather tube. Doesn't look like I need to refinish the air cleaner housing. That's awesome condition. Original, it has a Mercedes-Benz battery in here. Let me check the throttle bushing up here. Or the throttle linkage bushing. Yeah, that is fully intact, super stiff. Don't need to replace that. One thing I do see that I want to replace is this is the original hand primer pump. That's what you pump when you change your fuel filter and it pumps diesel back into the system. And these are very prone to leaking. So I'm going to change that and put the updated Bosch version in there. It's much better. But this is just an excellent condition, original engine. And again, I don't know if I want to re-zinc plate it or not. It's a hard decision, guys, because that's all original and it's fantastic condition. I see the hood pad. That's already been replaced. That's excellent condition. But yeah, if I re-zinc plate it, I'll show you what it'll look like. So here's a car that had no more zinc plating. It had all worn off and I have replated everything. That's what it will look like if I replate it. You can see all the little brackets and bolts and cruise control and injector lines. So the fact that this one still has some of that original plating, see, it's not quite as bright as it used to be, but I don't know. It's such a nice original condition wagon. So please let me know in the comments. But this is a beautiful condition engine compartment for being an original car for sure. Oh, I do see that is an aftermarket alarm system. They would install these sometimes at the dealership, sometimes aftermarket. So I'm actually going to remove that and disconnect these lines because there's no use for that anymore. So I'll take that out and make it 100% factory original. So not much I need to do on this one, guys. A few aesthetic things and the overhaul in the AC system. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this initial inspection video. Stay tuned and you'll see the rest of the videos as I'm performing all the work that I discussed in this video. And when I'm done, this is going to be one of the nicest wagons in the country. Thanks for watching.